to you as regards startup owners, entrepreneurs, and even job seekers in Lagos and even beyond. And yeah, that would be our package today till we hit you at 12 o'clock, where we end it up or round it up rather with some very good music. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have a very wonderful topic today. Um, Speaking about the relationship 360, our topic covers the character traits that you should be looking out for in a spouse, whether you're a man or a woman. I think this is the right time, especially because many of us listening to the radio right now were single. Was single, and one of the things that has always affected people, whether you are in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, or your 50s, as the case may be, is trying to be able to understand and figure out if a person actually what's the word now, if a person actually fits in with you, if both of you are able to work together. And that's where this is my cue to actually bring in the man of the moment, who always does every Saturday morning is here to pass on information. Ladies and gentlemen, Barrister Lumide, good morning. How are you doing today, sir?
Good morning, Emmanuel. Awesome to see you.
Awesome to see you too.
In white.
You will not let this matter go. It's 2025.
I want to be like you when I grow up. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining in again on Relationship 360. Thank you for your support, and those of you especially who support us financially with your prayers and with your goodwill. May God bless and replenish your kindness and finances. Today, we continue with character traits to avoid while considering a choice for a spouse, as it is a settled fact that in the choice for of a life partner, character is the main thing, not religion, tribe, tradition, but character. But before I go on, I have a few things to say. A lot of us sent messages as regards the condition of gift. If you would remember, is the 14-year-old that we rescued last November. This brings me to the rascality and inhuman selfishness exhibited by some of us who are AS genotype and knowingly marry another AS genotype. However long you have waited, however much you are in love, I never really knew much about this trait, the travels of those living with sickle cell, until recently in the case of Gift. Ladies and gentlemen, well, let me give you an update on. She's still on admission at Luth, and apparently the kidneys are a problem, as her urine is still brownish, dark brown, and though little improvements there. There is a procedure called EBT, which is called exchange blood transfusion, which will be carried out on her, which a lot of our volunteers have come during the week to donate blood for her all through the week, and it will be draining part of her blood to also introduce new blood into her system. So part of her blood will be drained out, then new blood will be drained in. You will be passed into her body through a process of called EBT. Now, Thursdays are the sickle cell clinic days in Luth. And there we stood as we watched children coming in with, I've seen 12-year-olds with stroke that cannot walk, that are in so much pain. I've seen, when you see them coming, I was just looking, and there were so many. Except for those who did not know. Like I mentioned, some people had false readings from their lab results that gave them AA, like my son, who until last year was AA until we found out that he was AS by going to other labs. So I have told you that please do not do your test in just one lab. Go to at least 3 different laboratories to get your exact. Some of these labs have expired reagents and chemicals with which they still collect blood samples, and I'm moving now that they must be prosecuted. This carelessness could lead to excruciating consequences for their victims. One of the labs was one in my area that did the same thing. Gave, about 50 meters away from that lab was another lab. So when my son came home with a lady that he wanted to get married to, I just asked that, hey, what's your blood group again? He said AA. I said, what is her blood group? She said AA. He said AS. I said, AA, are you sure? Then he said, Mom, called on to the mom that Chebi is AA now. You did this test when I was in primary school or secondary school. And she said, yes. Then she said, Abi is AA. There's no, everybody is AA. And when she said Abi, I just said, you know what, go and do the blood test. And he went. He did it, and just coming out of the lab, not up to 100 meters, there was another lab. So he said, let me do another one just to show my dad, because this dad is like very thorough. And when the results came out, the first lab he went to had AA, the second lab had AS, and he got confused. He went back to the AA and said, how is this is AA, and I did from the other lab. They said AS. The technician in that lab with AA now put a call through, because they know each other, they are just beside each other. Put a call through, and they spoke for a minute, and then he dropped the phone and just said, sir, it is AS. He said, what do you mean by it is AS? You didn't even take another blood sample. You just said, sir, it is AS. So he walked out and came to me and told me, this is what happened. I took both tests and I went to that lab, and I said, Oga, you just made a phone call and changed you didn't even take another sample of blood to redo the test. He said, sir, it is AS. I can guarantee that it is AS. I said, you are crazy. I'm going to do a third one, and God help you if it is now AA after you have changed it to AS. I will come back here and I will shut this place down. I went to a third place which belonged to one of the professors in the University of Lagos there, who we've known for over, I went there, and those ones, you will sit down in, their own test is sharp. And then the result came out AS. Can you imagine if he did not conduct a second test? They would have gone ahead. And immediately I had to ask him when the result came out. I said, is this girl pregnant? Because if there was pregnancy, that means there will be a very high risk already. Listen, I don't know which tradition, which religion will tell you. Like I was last week when a very intelligent man told me in the presence, I had to bring it to the professor of the head of the pediatric ward in Luth. He said God told him to marry the woman, and they are both AS. That because it was God that told him, that means none of their children will be SS. I had never. The professor said, you are insane. That is, you are absolutely mad. How can you now shift that on God? That I prayed, God told me it was you are my, and then that is it. No need for blood. Look at what you people are causing. But this is my own question. Let me, that they say, the love, one sent me a message that both of us, as long as we agree not to have children, how can you, both of you with full capacity to reproduce, would say because of your union, we will go and adopt? What kind of thinking is that? That means, okay, should the person, one of them now die, would the other die in
I think it's just an excuse so that you can get off their back. That's just what
I don't even, very silly. How can you tell me that? Both of you have the full capacity to reproduce. You say
they're not being sincere.
Now, this is my question to them. If you know that AS and AS, if you marry and then have a child, the crisis will be on the parents. That means the parents will start feeling the pains and the crisis, and it is the parents that will have that crisis. Will they go ahead? But because they know that the crisis will not be on them, it will be on the children, they can go ahead as because it is not them. Do you understand what I'm saying? If they knew that the crisis, they would, the moment they give birth, they will start suffering crisis. They know that they have a very high risk of not living beyond 50. Do you understand? They need to buy drugs that they will be using for the rest of their life, every single day.
I think some of them they need to actually visit these wards and
they need people. To take them on an orientation. You see churches, mosques, all of you need to take them there and see what the consequence of their decisions will be. It is very, very wicked, it is rascally, and it is very, very inhuman that you knowingly bring look at, we saw a family of 3, all the children, that's 3, all the children are SS. They did not know, but when they gave birth to the first, they found out. One was not sure of this. That I don't know why they did not find out. See, it should be the beginning of any date. Hello, my name is Olumide. I am AA. Hello, my name is Emmanuel. I am AS. It should be the beginning of the conversation when you are going on a date, so we know whether we can go forward. Not after you are falling in love. It should be the very beginning. I am AS. Simple. Oh, so I'm also AS. Or maybe then you'll be friends. You know that it cannot go beyond that. Can you handle now they want to do one. It is only a bone marrow transplant, Abi.
Yes, bone marrow transplant.
That is the cure. Do you know how much it is? It's 100 million. In Luth, it is over $300,000. It's even cheaper to do it in Luth than to travel
outside the country.
Outside the country. They had 3 successful bone marrow transplants last year. Can you afford 100 million? Can you afford to pay for the consequence of your decision? You put your children through that. The gift has been out of school. She just started school after 3.5 years of absence in school. She just started 1 week. We had to rush her and she has been there. This is the 2nd week. 13 cylinders of oxygen. 13 cylinders of oxygen. 13 cylinders of oxygen. One oxygen cylinder is 22,030 naira. The pain, she's on morphine. Do you know that for a full-grown man, if I take one of what she takes, I will sleep for 6 days.
She takes
it twice a day. What I cannot take once.
To ease the pain.
Just to ease the pain.
Can you imagine?
Let me leave that. Food for thought for you. Any of you considering it, now I'm going to start speaking in my local government. I've already engaged. I'm starting from the Oba's Palace. We are going. Anyone that is, it will be and it should be a crime when you start locking them up. It is intentional. It's almost manslaughter. The pain, the agony of what you are bringing in, the children, you watch them, some of them live very long. These people are, SS, very intelligent people.
Very correct.
At times you see them very beautiful, handsome, but the pain. Let me tell you something. Gift is on suicide watch.
Wow.
Why? Because she said she felt like just sleeping and not waking up. A psychiatrist has been coming to visit her for the past 4 days because of the pain. So now when they want to talk to her, they tell us to leave. You understand? Because the pain, the girl has said she wants to sleep and not wake up at 14. So how did I know? I just, the doctors write that thing at the edge of the bed. So, I've been asking questions. They wake. So we just sat down. And next thing, the eyes just went there on top. Suicide watch. That sent my head spinning. And I'm like, what is this? On probing, it almost led to an argument. What is going with suicide? Where? How? Said she had said it. That is like she wants to just die peacefully.
In 2021, I can't forget that day. On 21st of January 2021, for the very first time, I watched somebody that I knew very well, who was SS, pass away. 14-year-old boy.
Let me tell you, the heroes, my heroes now are those sickle cell agents, those living with sickle cell. Those people, the courage with which they face every day, the courage to go through that pain and continue to live and continue to aspire. Some grow, they get married. In their pain, they take care of their husbands. In
True.
their pain, they take care of their wives.
True.
In their pain, they provide for the family.
That's why they call them warriors.
These people are not ordinary people.
That's why they call
With
them
their
warriors.
pain, they give birth. Can you imagine them giving birth? Normal pain, labor pain, join. Let me move on. Ladies and gentlemen, today we continue with character traits to avoid. I'm really... let's move on with character traits to avoid. Today we will be talking about the stingy and selfish, and then the hot-tempered one. You know, I have told you 7 character traits that we cannot marry. You cannot. It will be an exercise in exhaustion, futility. When you take number 1, a jealous person, number 2, a proud person, number 3, a stingy/selfish person, number 4, a jobless person, number 5, the liar, number 6, the hot-tempered, and number 7, the malicious. If they have as a predominant character trait any of those 7, your marriage will be an exercise not in long suffering but to suffer long. You know, they are not the same thing. When you think long suffering and to suffer long, they are not the same thing. So let me start with the stingy one. Stingy is selfish. Now, the Oxford Dictionary defines being stingy as ungenerous, being mean and ungenerous. Merriam-Webster defines stingy as parsimonious, penurious, miserly, mean, unwilling or showing unwillingness to share with others. Vocabulary.com defines stingy as uncharitable, lacking love and generosity. Now, the description of stingy in the dictionary is very peculiar. It is defined more by synonyms rather than explained with words, which means it can only be imagined or best described through the eyes of its victims. Basically, stingy means being unwilling to share with others. It is marked by a lack of generosity, reluctant to part with money or goods. Stingy people are referred to as unkind and unfair. They are characteristically financially unsupportive. So there is a difference when someone doesn't give because they don't have, because you cannot give what you don't have, but a stingy person is unwilling to give. Now, some social scientists believe that being stingy comes predominantly from poverty, that people raised with poverty mentality, meaning because they didn't have as children, they find it difficult to part with what they have as adults. But this theory does not hold for me, because we have examples of rich men and women who are stingy, and also children of billionaires who are also stingy. So being stingy, in my view, is more of an inherent character trait than the state of a person's bank account. Some people don't really have, but they give. Now, the characteristics of a stingy person is number 1, they don't spend on their partners or the home. They always never have money. Now, stingy people see celebrations of birthdays, anniversaries, or other events as a waste of money, so they hardly celebrate birthdays. Don't expect that surprise birthday from a stingy person. Don't expect any gift or celebration of anything, any special occasion, the anniversaries. They always complain they don't have money. Now, it is important for you to know that stingy people cannot love. They only cohabit with you as husband and wife, but not love you as husband or wife. Why? Because the trademark of love is to give. You cannot love someone and see the person in need, and you have what they need, but you are unwilling to give to them. That is not a mark of love. I mean, look at this. For God so loved the world that he gave. You cannot love someone without being able to give. So they don't love, they only cohabit with you. How you would know a stingy person is we have just a minute. The rate at which they recover from the loss of a spouse or of a loved one will show you that they never really loved. They recover quickly. They just move on. The loss of a relation, they just move on because love was not there. It was just cohabitation. How many? Okay, you want to hear that one? I saw the look on your face. A stingy person can go hungry so that you do not ask them for food. That is before you start asking. They say, even myself, I never chop. So don't even start. They can, yes, they can starve themselves so that you don't ask them for food. They will not spend on themselves. So how much more you? How can someone who doesn't love himself love you? You would know them from their dressing, the way they are. They are able to afford these things, but they just will not. They will dress. You will just wonder, look at the way, the position this man has. But they never just have, unwilling to give. Now, except, okay,
Lagos, we'll go on this very short break. We'll be back shortly. Stay here.
Have you ever dreamt of waking up to the soothing sound of the ocean waves in Echo Atlantic City? Welcome to Phoenix Tower, where convenience is at your doorstep. Phoenix Tower offers spacious 2 and 3 bedroom apartments with world-class amenities like rooftop lounge, a swimming pool, a fully equipped gym, and a fun play area for your kids. Secure your dream home today with up to 80% return on investment. For more details, please call 091-307-07070 or 091-308-00000. Phoenix Tower is developed by Ackland Properties.
Hello, excuse me. This Milo pack looks different. I'm seeing support energy release, bam, on the pack. Is it the same Milo? No, this one is new and improved. The support energy release means when you give your kids Milo as part of breakfast, you are giving them energy they need to go to school. I like this one.
Your kids need nourishing energy. Give them the new and improved Milo at breakfast. It has nutrients that support energy release to help them get the most out of their day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo! It's 2025. The biggest conversations are happening on Hard Facts.
If the mother of Rebolo was genuinely interested in local government funds, would have protested to be cancelled.
Somebody is receiving 30,000 naira after serving this country for 5 years.
From the stories shaping Nigeria's future.
I've been dumping my mood further whenever people are clapping his praise singers when they ought to be telling him the truth.
I mean, he did not do any remarkable thing in your state, and you are celebrating corruption time.
To real-time feedback from you, the citizens.
There is propaganda. They can never make it work. I will not support that tax reform. If NBS is turning out very fake data to us because this data lacks empirical evidence.
We dig deep with the decision makers, hold the powerful accountable, and keep the conversation alive on social media. Join Mary Ann Okon every Monday to Friday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the most interesting news and current affairs show on radio.
I'm so sorry. I hate it when people make assertions from very skewed and biased places.
Hard Facts on Nigeria Info 99.3. Let's talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, it still is the season of giving. So says oneplay.ng. That is why they want you to dial the code *347 *880 *3#. Yes, if you want our money, dial that code. Or you could go to the website at www.oneplay.ng, as in one, the number one, PLAY.ng. Once you get there, select Nigeria Info as your station, and just like that, your ticket will be in the draws. Of course, you have to commit the paltry sum of 500 naira to each ticket. Now, you can play as many times as possible to give yourself a bigger chance of winning. And remember that your chances of winning are pretty much the same whether you play on oneplay.ng or you use the code *347 *880 *3#. Now, remember that at the end of the week, there's going to be a 500,000 naira jackpot. I know it's mind blowing. You can't beat that. You definitely can't beat that. So, your qualifying for that is dependent on you playing the game during the week. What am I trying to say? I'm saying when you dial *347 *880 *3# from your phone or go to the website at oneplay.ng to play the one play game every day, you automatically qualify for the jackpot that comes at the end of the week on Friday. Yes, it's announced on Friday. That said, ladies and gentlemen, play responsibly. Make sure you are playing with only what you can afford. And once you play, make sure you keep your phone very close because that lucky call could be coming in at any time. Yes, at any time. OnePlay is a registered trademark under Lasho Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission. Keep playing, keep winning, and keep smiling to the bank.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk. Let's talk.
Lagos, we're back. We're here on 99.3 Nigeria Info. This is Relationship 360 with Barrister Lumide, and he's here speaking to us about traits we have to look out for. And he just touched on stinginess. And he says a person who is stingy to himself cannot truly love you.
He cannot. Someone who will not buy himself good shoes or a good cloth will now be the one to buy you something good. He will not spend on himself. How much more you?
Are they always very full of excuses?
They always just don't have money. This is this. So, there's something, except for variations where the wife is independent of the husband financially. That means the wife also is working and has her own money. If you want to know a stingy man, look at his wife. If you want to know a stingy woman, look at her children. Being stingy is financial insecurity. Being married to them leads to frustration, and their spouses always end up inheriting bills and debts. They end up paying for almost everything because their partner will never have money. Their partners, however, become emotionally vulnerable and eventually having affairs or emotionally connected or attached to others. Because someone never gives you anything. And then on your birthday, somebody in your office, a gentleman now buys you a phone or an earring or something that your husband or your wife has never given you.
It sparks
it sparks something. And someone always, no, please.
So somebody is literally filling in the gap.
Yes, it makes them emotionally vulnerable. Because it is difficult. You always having to, the rent is 100,000. Me, I don't have 100,000. I have 20,000. What do you mean you have 20,000? They never, to take, you almost have to. See, let me go in a little bit. Proverbs 23:6-8 tells you, do not eat the bread of a stingy man. Do not desire his delicacies, for he is keeping track, inwardly counting the cost. Eat and drink, he says to you, but his heart is not with you. There was a case many years ago of an aged gentleman who became ill and needed to be flown out of the country. He kept pleading with his family members, I was aware, and the operation was estimated at 6 million naira in India. This was about 18 years ago, So 6 million naira was a lot then. And, he pleaded with the family pleaded with the hospital in India that they should deposit about 4 million. And before they complete the operation, before it's discharged, they will balance up.
Mm-hmm.
So it took about a week for the hospital to respond and tell them, yes. So the family came together, everybody, at that time I was aware, they came together and they raised the 4 million. So by this time, the man's health had gone really bad. So on the way to the airport to fly him out, the man kept saying, please don't let me die and all that. He died on the way to the airport.
Oh.
On the second month of his passing, while still in mourning, his wife was cleaning his room and his phone beeped. The wife was wondering who could be sending messages to the late husband. On checking the phone, she saw it was the bank monthly account deduction, that when they are deducting money from
text
your
messages,
all that. And after she opened and saw all that, and she just saw the account balance, it was 32 million naira. The man had 32 million naira and was begging people to raise 6 million naira for him to go and do an operation he could afford 5 times. 6 times 5 is what? 30, Abi? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, yes. 6, he could afford it. But because of his stingy, the wife was, she said, this 320,000, a bikini, 3 million. She was just looking until she came out and said, somebody should come and, is this 32? They said, this is 32 million. She went to the bank. Eventually, through the processing, she was able to get as next of kin and all that. When you go to their house, their chairs are very basic. Foam is showing. Those chairs that foam is showing. The roof is, it's just.
So what are they saving for?
The children, they had 3, about 2 or 3 kids. They were so mad that they could have gone to better schools. Look at the way the house was. So the time she now called us that they want to go to the, some months after they want to go to. So one of my people, including myself, followed them. By the time we got there, Auntie had bought a new car. The house was now looking new furniture, new everything. And Auntie was now dressing. I said, Auntie, if not that you know them, you think that Auntie used uncle to do rituals. And when she got to the graveside, she said, Deji, Morowo to Finranshel, that is, thank you for the money you sent to. How you could have 32 million naira and you let all of us, even to save your own life, you could not. That is the work of a stingy man. Even their own lives. They won't eat good food. When they offer you food, look at it. Very basic. They cook very raw, basic. This is the first time I saw eba in the fridge. I always say this. Someone will take eba, cut it, put some in the fridge, and I thought these things were served hot. They say, no, we will use that for stingy people. You will be frustrated, and you will know them right from when you are dating. They will come to visit you. They might be selling bread right in front of your house. So they won't say, oh, let me just buy bread and get. Not one thing. They will come empty-handed. The moment you say, oh, let's go out, there's always no money. You're not even asking, but let's just go out. It's always a waste of money. You buy a new shoe. When they can buy this shoe, 3 of it in a Yaba at under, they're always so. Go marry them. You will come, but let people who are married to stingy people, let them tell you the story. Now, there is something that people really don't know. There is what you call emotional stinginess. Mm-hmm. Now, the word emotional describes the feelings of a person. It's totally about your feelings. When you hear the word emotion or to emote, it means feelings, joy, anger, fear, and all that, depending on the situation. Emotional stinginess is someone simply being unwilling to give your feelings sympathy, empathy, affection. You are reluctant to praise others. You are reluctant to tell someone that they look good. Instead, they prefer to dwell on your flaws. They keep telling you the things you do wrong. They never tell you what you did right. No display of support or encouragement or acknowledgement or compliment. They are emotionally stingy. You are with someone who doesn't even tell you that you look good. When you dress up, they are just emotionally blank. When you are sad, they are not there. They get up now. Everything will be okay. Everybody dies. So, the fact that your mom died, everybody will die. They don't even, sorry, Pele. May God rest her soul. They are just emotionally stingy. Now, this emotional stinginess is a way to manipulate a partner. Withholding affection, it is a tool of control. It makes the partner keep looking up to the manipulator for a compliment. And it makes them go out of their way, give more effort just to get a compliment or attention from their spouse. Scientists describe this as from the environment which a child was raised. When the child was exposed to emotional stinginess from its own parents, teachers or their role models. So they too, as old men or older people, as adults, start doing that. It is being vulnerable. They are vulnerable, afraid that their gesture will not be reciprocated. So they keep it. Now, let me tell you how organs and emotions work. Your emotions affect your organs. Now, happiness affects the heart. When you are happy, your heart is vibrant. And that is why when you are sad, they call it heartbreak. It affects your heart. When your relationships go sour, when things you lose your job, it's heartbreaking. Happiness or sadness is directly impacts on the heart. Anxiety, fear affects your lungs, your intestines, your large intestine. That's anxiety. Fear affects your kidneys. That is why if some people are very afraid, they pee on themselves.
True.
Fear affects the kidneys. Why some, in sudden apprehension of fear, they pee, wee on themselves. Now, the deep thoughts, strong emotions affect your spleen. That is why you would find the religious book, that Bible keeps telling you, be of good cheer, be of good cheer, be of good courage, because you need that complete health in you. Someone who is sad cannot be strong, cannot win a fight. Being with a stingy spouse opens you to extramarital affairs. It makes their partners very emotionally vulnerable. Now, let me quickly go about the selfish. Now, the word selfish means lacking consideration for other people. They are concerned mainly with their own self, with their profit, with their pleasure. They also refuse to share. They refuse to give. All they are after is themselves. You see them very well dressed. Now, the difference between stingy and selfish will take care. Stingy, even themselves, they will not take care of. But selfish would only take care of themselves. You see them dressed exclusively, looking beautiful, but it will not show on their spouse or on their children. They drive good cars while their spouses are walking or driving cars that do not reflect their status. They can get themselves good food and eat outside, good restaurants, but they don't really care about their family, whether they've eaten or not. Even sexually, you have some people who are selfish. As long as they have reached their peak or climax, they just roll over. They don't care if the other partner is satisfied or, selfishness. Let me give you an example of selfishness here. When you check Mark chapter 10, verse 35 to 37, James and John, the sons of Zebedee, came unto Jesus saying they want Jesus to do something for them. And Jesus said, what would you want me to do? He said, grant us that we may sit at your right hand and the other on your left hand in glory. That is only the two of us. And that request infuriated the rest of the disciples. That how can you request that only the two of you will sit on the left and on the right side of God? Selfish people, they are self-centered. It's all about them and their convenience. They are very materialistic. That is how you know them. They value material. They want to look good. And they can use manipulations to get what they want. They lack empathy and sympathy and would do anything to get what they want. They are very controlling and unkind. I had a friend who moved into my house for 3 months. It had gotten to a place where he could no longer live with his wife. It was his house. He left his own house, packed and moved into mine. So he was the one that paid the children's school fees, clothing, feeding. But his wife earned 3 times his salary. He's a government worker, federal government worker. The wife works in the private sector. So it happened that he invested his money in a short-term business due to, and he expected that it would have gained return before the children's school fees were due.
It was due.
And the thing did not. So he now asked the wife to borrow him money to pay for the children's school fees. The wife refused. The children were home for 1 term. 1 full term. How the woman would dress up, she was always in gold. And will walk out looking at the children in the house and will still go to work. Come back, meet the children in the house for 1 term. The man never recovered from it. That how can you see your own children? He said, don't even give me the money. Oh, yeah, go and pay directly to the school if you think I want to. It was after the money that, and he said even sexually you have to book. There's a calendar in the room that she will ask you to choose 2 days in the calendar. So they will mark the 2 days. That's the 2 days that. So he was telling me that, Olumide, do you know I have to book for sexual relations
so it's
with
not spontaneous.
You can't do any of that. There are times he will beg her, and that those days that you booked, there's no guarantee. Oh, she can say today, I'm not feeling it. After waiting for the day that you might book this 14th, she will say 14th is not convenient. And I said, are you joking? He said, go to their bedroom. You will see calendar. He just moved out of the house and came to my house after 10 years and 3 children. That, Oga, I'm not doing again. When you are married to a selfish person, let me quickly now move to the hot-tempered. Now, hot temper. Britannica defines it as becoming angry very easily. Merriam-Webster says the same thing, becoming angry very easily. Vocabulary.com, quickly aroused to anger. Collins Dictionary, getting angry very quickly and easily. Synonyms of hot temper are choleric, harsh, cranky, hot-headed, impatient, temperamental, touchy, irritable, snappy. Now, the word temper means restraint and an adjective used to describe a personality of a person. So when you put the word hot-tempered, which means they lack restraint and give full expression to their feelings of anger. Now, hey, how do I do this? So, the shortest cut to an abusive or violent relationship is to be with a hot-tempered person, male or female. That is the shortest cut to domestic violence. Just marry somebody who cannot control their temper. They don't have restraint. They say anything anywhere in front of anybody. They can beat, they can become physical, they can break things. Statistics show that 1 in every 3 women will suffer domestic violence or abuse in the first year of their marriage. So it tells you that women have a knack for marrying hot-tempered people. And some of them believe that he beats you to correct you. It's because he loves me.
There's a trending video of a woman who just suffered domestic abuse from her husband. I think in Warri, Delta State. She posted it online herself that she suffered domestic abuse on social media, and she shared another video now telling everybody to back off. Nobody should disturb.
Don't worry. There are plenty of them. We lost over. I'm still coming. Now, behavioral scientists have identified a mental health condition marked by frequent anger outbursts or aggression. It is called intermittent explosive disorder, IED. Funny thing, that same IED is an abbreviation for a military ordinance called improvised explosive device. It involves repeated sudden episodes of impulsive and aggressive violent behavior, angry verbal outbursts. They react grossly out of proportion to the situation. Their reactions always, waiting, we kill like you. There has been an age-long question that are people born hot-tempered or they become hot-tempered as they grow, they acquire it. Now, according to this same behavioral scientist, hot temper and one prone to violence have a 2-cause factor. Some may have been born that way as a dynamic of their psychology. Now, because your DNA samples all people that you come from, to the 20th generation, to the 50th generation, everybody is in you. So all their traits are in you, but it is nurtured with whichever one the environment brings out. Lots of research has gone into this cause of anger and control of anger, and I've gone searching for the origin of this hot temper, but I cannot find one. Someone who is always angry at little provocation, ready for a fight. Whether people are born or acquired taste, harsh environments also, people that are raised in a harsh very inconsistent parenting, and the way families, the parents correct children at times violently could also make the child become that way when they grow up. But it is non-conclusive. However, the closest I got to an accurately predictive is not certain. That means you want to predict.
Yeah.
Up to 80% has its origin in the Greek mythology, which leads to the 12 zodiac signs. And of the 12 zodiac signs, there are 4 one should be aware of. It is never conclusive. That is settled law. But it is the accuracy is very, very high. Now, Aries is the god of war, the Greek god of war. He is known to have the ability to manipulate war, combat, strife. He influences all forms of conflict, including physical, mental, spiritual, and all that. He was not very popular among the Greeks, so because in worship, because of his temperament, he was always ready for war. So this in turn leads us to the zodiac sign of Aries, which are those that are born between March 21st and April 19th. They are known as the commander-in-chief of explosive arguments and are impulsive and aggressive. Their quick temper can ignite like a spark, leading to outbursts, eruptions of anger, and they hold grudges. Their anger doesn't easily go away. March 21st to April 19th. Now, I told you it is not all of them, but a lot of them. When you have up to 65-70% accuracy, there are things you should watch out for. Now, the second in order are Cancer, those that are born in June 21 to July 22. They are emotional and sensitive, and it doesn't take much to upset them. They are pessimistic, suspicious, and they have this jealous trait under their skin. Their anger too is notable. The third are the Taurus, that is April 20 to May 30. They are the winner of the scariest zodiac signs when angry. They are known for stubbornness and the determination which can fuel their hot temper. Amongst them, they are the slowest to anger, but when they get angry, you cannot hold them. The last is the Scorpio, October 23rd to November 22nd. They are very hurtful with words. Their words hurt. They do not go by that forgive and forget motto. They are not the kind that let go of grudges. They are very passionate and intense individuals. They have this deep-seated need for control. They always want to control. So it is believed that no one can control their anger. Those are the 4 pointers to do, when you are talking about identifying. But listen, you don't just go to somebody, what's your zodiac sign? No, I cannot. But it's something that you should watch out for. When you know hot temper, you will see it. You cannot hide hot temper. They will hold it. You will see it in them that they are barely holding themselves. They will. When you date them, you will know. They will blow in front of you.
Well, you see, if I could come in here before we go on our break. If there are people who are listening right now and they've already identified with some of these traits you said, some of these zodiac signs, as you explained it, they have identified with it, how can they come back from this situation?
Like I said, again, what am I? You're asking me psychology question. I am telling you life. It is up to the owner of the character. It is up to the owner of the character. Me is just to warn you about the owner of the character. I will not be an experiment to see whether somebody changes or not. I cannot use my life and my time.
No, this is personal. It's not for the other one. Okay. It's personal thing.
Me, I just avoid. Now listen to this. Proverbs. You see, the book of Proverbs is not a. It's not. It's a life book. It's not a religious book. For those that want knowledge and wisdom, it is written there. It's like you get wise sayings from the old and you put them together. Everybody should read it. Proverbs 22:24 says, make no friendship with an angry man, and with a furious man you should not go. The Amplified Version says, do not even associate with a man given to angry outbursts or go along with a hot-tempered man. Now look at Proverbs 29:22. It says, an angry man stirs up strife, and the furious man abounds in transgressions. Now, the Passion Bible tells you the source of strife is found in an angry heart. For sin surrounds the life of a furious man. They abound in as you are settling one fight, tomorrow another fight has started. How do I even explain this to you? Avoid hot-tempered people. Simple and short. Titi Arowolo, a staff of Skybank, was murdered by her husband, who was a youth pastor then of the biggest church here. After several incidents of domestic violence and abuse, she left. On her birthday, somebody just said, Tabanja Kinshebika, go and greet the man on his birthday. He stabbed her 76 times.
Out of anger.
76 times. Mr. Sunday Akpan on the 18th of October 27 killed his wife, Martha. Now, let me even, with a machete, cut her into pieces and gathered into 2 sacks. It was when he was trying to dispose at night that some people tipped off the police and they told him to open it.
And I think it's very important that that we pay attention to this, because this is things that we've seen over years and years, over time, again and again. But Lagos, we're still on this conversation. We're going on a very short break. We'll be back right after the Barrister Olumide is still here in the studio. We're just going on a very short break. We'll be back here. Stay here on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
The new improved Bobo Yogurt, chai special and favorite drink, now comes in a new improved better form with much more value. The Bobo Yogurt, it is creamier, smoother, yummier and tastier. Also rich in probiotics and minerals, and comes in a whole new 180 ml blue bottle. And of course, your Bobo milk drink continues to shine brighter in its apple, vanilla and orange flavors to make your children bright, sharp. Products of Bobo Fruits and Beverages.
It's 2025. The biggest conversations are happening on Hard Facts.
If the model of Rebolo was genuinely interested in local government forms, would have protested to be cancelled.
Somebody is receiving 30,000 naira after serving this country for 5 years.
From the stories shaping Nigeria's future.
I'll be dumping my mood for that whenever people are clapping, he's praise singers when they ought to be telling him the truth.
I mean, he did not do any remarkable thing in your state, and you are celebrating corruption time.
To real-time feedback from you, the citizens.
There is propaganda. They can never make it work. I will not support that tax reform. If NBS is turning out very fake data to us, because this data lacks empirical evidence.
We dig deep with the decision makers. Hold the powerful accountable and keep the conversation alive on social media. Join Mary Ann Okon every Monday to Friday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the most interesting news and current affairs show on radio.
Sorry, I hate it when people make assertions from very skewed and biased places.
Hard Facts on Nigeria Info 99.3. Let's talk.
Mr. Teacher, please, what happens when children come to school? How is it that they leave home very neat and return looking so different?
Non-stop action, ma. All the learning and sports burn energy. So those sweat stains, torn uniforms, and dirty shoes, they show that your kid has been very active.
Now, wow.
Your kids need nourishing energy. Give them the new and improved Milo at breakfast. It has nutrients that support energy release to help them get the most out of their day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo!
Did you miss out on the I Beg to Differ online auditions? This is another opportunity to make history. On Saturday, January the 25th, the I Beg to Differ Secondary School Debate Auditions comes to life at the Nigeria Info Studio, 267A Etam Ian Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. Yes, I Beg to Differ Secondary School Debate Auditions hosts the very first outdoor auditions at our studio, right here in Victoria Island on Saturday, January 25th, time 8 a.m. This in-person audition is for secondary school students who missed the deadline of our online entry. If you've already entered the competition online, you don't have to come for the live audition. To register, visit www.nigeriainfo.fm to pick a topic for your live auditions. Click on the I Beg to Differ banner on the homepage. Carefully read the guidelines and choose a topic. Remember the date, Saturday, January 25th, time 8 a.m. Venue is Nigeria Info Studios 267A, Etim Ian Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. The debate of your life begins here. I beg to differ, the Tournament of Champions.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
If you're just joining us, well, you've missed. You've missed, but the thing is, we're still here. We're still bringing you the conversation. But this is 99.3 Nigeria Info, and it's Relationship 360, where we put everything out there. We talk to you concerning all situations that regards relationship, whether it's marriage, companionship. This is the table where we literally break the table here. We don't hold back. We bring it as it is, right here on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Ladies and gentlemen, we still have Barrister Lumide here, and we're speaking about traits to watch out for in a partner, a prospective partner.
Okay. Yes. So we have it finally for today's discussion of the hot-tempered. Now let me share something with you. Already in the past 30 days, we've lost how many women? Mrs. Blessing Nana in Anambra, mother of 5, was burnt last Tuesday. The husband set her ablaze right there in Abagana. On the 14th of January, this same month, a 47-year-old organizer, Sahid Ganiyu, set ablaze his 32-year-old girlfriend at Jabi Park in Abuja. At the park, car park, not inside the house, at the car park. He was almost killed by people, who lynched him. It was the police that saved him. But the woman is burnt, still in the hospital. I don't understand. That one, in Ikorodu, last week, another man set the wife ablaze. Just in Ikorodu last week. On 11th of January, that Timileyin Ajayi, the gospel singer, dismembered his girlfriend, Salome Adaji, in Nasarawa, cut her body to pieces. What am I telling you? How many women now? 5 women in 30 days. That is the one that we know of. 3 were set ablaze, 1 dismembered. Do you understand? 1 dismembered. How is it that you women continue with men that threaten? They will tell you, a woman came to me that he's always threatening me, telling me that I will kill you and nothing will happen. And I said, you are still sleeping in that house. See, you don't have a second opportunity to threaten me. Do you understand? If there is no second, once you threaten me, I take it serious. I pack my bags. You can't come and beg me that I was only joking because you just spoke your mind. I would leave. A living dog is better than a dead lion. The next thing, after threatening the woman, you will see that the woman is pregnant again. Foolishness. Over the centuries, women have been, we have men. Last month, a woman poured hot water on the hot. In fact, that one happened like 4 in December, between November and December, where the men, the woman just poured hot water, stabbed and all that. But when you look at, the ratio is like 80 to 20. Women, this gift that we are talking about, the woman, that the mother is in Enugu Orthopedic Hospital now because her spinal cord was shattered by her husband. She has not been able to walk for 2 years. She's been crawling on the floor. And while he was beating the wife, Gift went to intervene. That's how the man gave Gift a punch and she passed out. She fainted, hearing her mother's bone snap at the back, and the woman stayed there. The family said, don't marry. She went to marry. Oh, I'm already pregnant. Does pregnancy mean marriage? Pregnancy means you're a mother, not a wife. It means you're a father, not a husband. Those of you that want to endure with hot temper, this year might just be your year. and we would use you as an example to others. There are some people that were born to make change. There are some people that will be used as an example for change. Whichever one is up to you. You can be the signboard to sanity, or you can be the example of casualty. It is up to you. We go to the phone line straight. Abi?
All right, Lagos, we'll go to the phone lines right now.
Now, please, sorry, people that have called before, kindly don't call. New members. Next Saturday, everybody can now call. But we need to hear new voices on the show. We've been hearing the same voices for 4 years. It became monotonous. We even know some people by their voice. We love you. We love you for calling. You're always there. But please let other people call. And it's just 1 minute. Just say your mind and then 1 minute. Thank you very much.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard the man. Numbers to call 0201-277-0993. 0201-277-0993. 0201-465-7190. Female only line. 0201-465-7190. And then you can also share your messages with us on WhatsApp 080-959-75805. 080-959-75805. If you're trying to call us and the line keeps buzzing, keep trying. As you've heard, if you're a first-time caller, this is your opportunity to reach out to us today, okay? Everybody is holding back. We're waiting for your call. Hello, good morning. Please do try and call us back. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Okay, my name is Mrs. Olamide.
Mrs. Olamide.
I'm calling from Fesak.
Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Olamide.
My colleagues at work actually introduced me to the... And I want to say thank you for this. 2 good hours sensitizing women, teaching us what to look out for in men. And thank you for your guest. It's been, I came in a bit late, but at least, all the least he has given us. I'm a first-time caller. So,
thank you so much.
Thank you for calling.
Thank you so much for calling. Thank you so much.
Yeah, with this, my colleagues at work, Onyinye and Uche, are your fans.
Wow.
So they said they listened to you. They talked highly about this program. So I said, okay, let me listen in today. And you did not disappoint me. Thank you so much for this. I hope, people will listen. And the men, all these men, the list of men that has one question I want to ask. All these men, what has been done to them so that men can deter from, hitting women, killing women? When I talk in the office, they'll say, I'm a feminist. But that's not true, really. It's just life.
Okay, ma.
Life.
Let me give an answer to that. Like about 4 of them are in police custody.
Okay.
The issue there is that women at the same time will be the ones to come and withdraw their case, that they don't want the matter. Last year, I told and I announced here that I would not be answering women this year. In fact, for me to pick up, it must really be serious. Because last year, you would spend so much in apprehending, arresting, and then when it gets to trial, the woman will say, well, their pastor, their family members, one told me that God told her that she should stop the case. That I brought it here. That one was recorded. The video of the beating outside, stripping her while the man was in boxers. The woman said God told her to withdraw the case. So it's up to women. Thank you very much. We have to go to other callers now. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. This is a lovely day. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Gift. I'm calling from Secretariat in Keja.
All right. Good
morning. It's an honor to be speaking to you today.
Good morning.
I've been listening to your show for more than a year now, but I really don't call because most times I'm going to the field when I'm listening. Then when I'm done with football, the program is finished. So I just listen and I will just keep quiet and I just say, But like you said, Bryce Alumi, the truth is, let me state clearly, like you said, you put a ratio to, you said 80-20%. People should make it clear that this thing is not only to one gender. Sure, you get my point, sir. The way male are stingy, that's the same way there are females that are very stingy. I've had my own fair share. Sure, you get, sir. Because it seems like even in the Nigerian context, or let me say from my own experience, a lot of females feel that it is only the man that should spend. Hope you are listening, sir.
Hey, absolutely.
Like the example you made about the school fees thing. A lot of females feel like, from my own experience, I'm not saying it's general. They feel it's only the man that should spend. And about the anger thing, the thing I've noticed about male is that if a female slaps, a female has once slapped someone like me before, and I just kept quiet and I walked away. From there, I just kept quiet, drop number, just where they go.
Okay.
So,
have you forgotten that I have been slapped too by? Have you forgotten that I've been beaten up, my clothes? So I have never, and I will never tell you that domestic violence is a man thing, is a male thing.
It's true,
a human thing, human condition.
So I just feel. It's a general thing, sir. Thank you very much. I don't want to leave the life for other people.
Yes, please. Thank you. God bless.
Do you want to respond to that? Because
no, he said it all. It's never a man or woman thing, but women are more of the casualties. It is a human condition. As men kill their wives, women kill their husbands. As men are stingy, women are stingy. In fact, now women are getting...
There's a lot of debate online as regards entitlement.
See, it's not even... I think people are just wasting time. If you're a helpmate, that is someone to help me, where I cannot perform, and you are able to help me, why are you telling me you can't help me because I'm so... Who is all in all? Is anybody 360? Nobody. You cannot do everything. So you are with someone who is supposed to help. Vice versa. You help her, she helps you. And somebody is debating that it's only you. Then you just move ahead. HB, is you that went to marry them.
There's this conversation also about 50-50 splits in marriages.
There's nothing... Me, I don't do 50-50. Where I have and you don't have, I give you. Where I don't have and you have, you help me. There's no... So we'll bring out a calculator and start calculating and then divide by 2? Is that even possible mathematically? No. Someone will always pay more.
All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Hello, good morning. Hello,
good morning.
Hello, good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm Ezekiel. I'm from...
reduce your the volume of your radio, please. We can hear ourselves.
Okay, let me put it off.
Sorry. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So I've been listening to you for over 3 years.
Wow.
Yes, and thank God for the opportunity for first-timers to call today. I'm so grateful. I've learned a lot from you, actually, and though I'm not married yet, I kind of apply what I learned from you to my own siblings. So my kid sister is married, and sometimes, like 2 years ago, she had this issue with her husband, and she called and said that the husband poured hot water on her. In fact, I was very angry and said, wow, is it because we are not in Abuja? So they are located in Abuja. So I and my younger ones, we contributed money and sent to her that she should come to Lagos with her kids. She has 3 kids. 3 kids. Yes, at that time she had 3 kids. So we said she should come down to Lagos with the children. So she came down to Lagos, and then I can see the scar of the hot water on her hand. Thank God it was even on her hands, not on the entire body. So we had a meeting with her and said, okay, we asked her to go look for schools around, schools that we can afford. We volunteer to contribute money to put the children in school until the husband comes. We said we wanted to see the husband.
So you might just have to, make it faster so that because of timing.
To summarize, would you believe that within a month, my sister came back to us and said that she has settled with her husband. As a husband that poured hot water on you, you have settled with her. He can't come to Lagos and see us. As I'm talking to you, they are back to Abuja. When they were going, I told her, I said, well, as far as I'm concerned, I don't believe in domestic violence. For this man to pour hot water on you and you still want to go back to her, anything you see is just carry it. As we are talking last 2 months ago, she called that she has relocated to a different place in Abuja. So, well, that's your business. So these things happen, and those that want to hear, let them hear. Those that would not hear, would not hear.
Let me pass the shekere for this man. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Sir. Thank you very much. God bless you, sir.
Thank you.
New callers, new information. Thank you very much. Please,
let's go continue. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Reverend Rishogayo.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Thank you very much for this program. We follow this program for many years now.
Wow, thank
what
you.
I want to say is this. You see, I've married for 33 years now. There is no perfect human being. There is no perfect human. I think my barrister, the Lord will bless you. You have been talking if people will listen. You see, marriage is tolerance. If you cannot tolerate, how can somebody kill somebody? For what reason? How can you even kill? How can you be, when we talk about demon involvement, I will not agree. These are motivated by Satan, some of these things. When they overwhelm you, you can't do anything again. That's why the Bible says we should pray all the time. It's part of it. But I thank God that God is still saving some of us who have been there. It has not been easy, but we'll continue. But what I want to say in essence is, if you know you cannot marry, don't marry. If you know you cannot manage another person, don't marry. Instead of abusing people, spoiling names of men and women, making people who are married to be afraid to marry.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
To the spiritual aspect of violence. A violent person is a violent person. It's simple.
Let's take some of the messages here. This is coming from Baba J from Iyana, and he says, a good man leaves inheritance for his family, and the man made his wife next of kin. She inherited 32 million naira. An Igbo man dresses in rags and knickers just for his wife and kids to dress fine and luxury. Those are sacrifices.
Who said Igbo? So it's only you're joking. You better don't bring tribe into.
Okay. This person didn't say his name. I think it's Okpila for sure. And he says, "Good morning, Barrister Lumide Emmanuel. I totally agree with Barrister Lumide on what he said about greedy people. They hardly give but expect more from people. This is not only in marriages or relationships. Some MDs are like that, and they don't like to pay their staff well, even while they are making plenty money. They keep telling you that the company is not making profits." This is from Okwila for sure. And then this is Williams, Anthony Kende Williams, Esquire from Badagry, and he says, good morning to my dear learned colleague and presenter. I know of a man who has money but was stingy to himself and family. He was very sick and was to have surgery outside Nigeria. His wife took a loan and the surgery was successful, but he later died. When he died, the wife got to know that he was a billionaire. Stinginess is a disease.
Run away.
Run away, like Barrister Lumide says. Xavier says, Barrister spoke about me. I'm Scorpio, and quite a number of people have talked to me about how hurtful my words are when I'm upset. I'm working on it though, but I have very low tolerance for misbehavior. But my reaction is what I'm working on. Again, remember I asked you one question. People who are in this situation...
If that, you see, I see it is up to them. You know, when I was younger, when I'm angry, I would start throwing things. They reminded me of that. My father beat. He said that rather than I growing up that way, he would rather kill me as a child. I would just break things, carry, and Coca-Cola bottles then were very heavy.
Yeah.
Just throw it. One time it hit my one of my siblings, And now I don't even remember. I think by secondary school, my father had even now when I want to I just hear my father's voice. Otutide Timba, and he's been dead for like 18. You still hear his voice in your head.
In your head.
So the family is also when you notice character traits in your child you have up to 11. By 12, a child's character is fully formed. You cannot do anything after 12. Except just before their character is formed. Know their weaknesses, their strengths, help them talk to them, spank them, punish them, whatever you have to do to make sure that you are able to shape them. Let's go to the phone line.
And that's one thing that you should do. And I really want to commend Lagos State government, for actually flagging off an initiative to coach parents on how to parent, their kids, most especially. We'll go back to the phone lines. Hello, good morning. Sorry about that. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Romeo from Nisova. I greet you, man, and I greet my barrister, Olumide.
Good morning, sir. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. Barrister, in fact, I want to file for my client, the devil. Everything na devil. As in, you see even people doing the wrong thing, they will tell you it's the devil. But to the important matter, barrister, how do you differentiate from people like when you have someone that is a parent, they'll be like, I did this, I did that for my child? Because there was a time when Joyce was giving people like an example that there's a difference between sacrifice and duty. When you are a parent, for example, anything that you are doing for your child to eat or to go to school is it's not actually sacrifice, it's duty, because it's what you are supposed to do. You can't actually want to be a parent without doing such. Then lastly, to some extent, if you have someone that, let me say, you have some things that you don't just like sharing with people, does that make the person selfish? Let me say, oh, this is your favorite shirt or this is your favorite trouser. You just don't like sharing.
So what is that thing you don't like sharing?
Let me say, like, there's a particular watch I have that I don't like sharing.
Wristwatch.
And the part of the reason I don't like
that's
sharing,
not what we are talking about. Sharing wristwatch. You buy wristwatch for yourself now. Wristwatch is not it's not like food that other people have to eat now.
What I mean, like, like in this selfish thing, you have people that like have something that they like it into themselves. Then some people like to try to use it to manipulate their you are selfish. But that same person will be like, I can't give you this thing, but like
I would buy another for you. I would just
that's what I'm saying.
So when you are coming
I'm
to
that
close,
kind of person that, like, I can even buy something that is twice the price, mom. But there are people that want to see manipulate. You are selfish if you don't give them that particular
don't worry
thing.
about that. As long as you can define selfishness. Let me answer your question though. I support. He said, "Let me fight for my client, the devil." Now that is a very good one, because can you imagine on Judgment Day, God will have nothing to judge if everybody says it was the devil. People now don't want to take responsibility for their actions. To every action, there is a consequence. You now say it's the devil. So God will say, oh, wow, it was the devil. Enter into heaven. Oh, what is to say that the devil will not follow you into heaven? If the devil was able to just enter, and the devil is probably wondering that these Nigerians have started again. Everybody will pay for what they have done. It is what you did. The devil cannot force you to do anything. He can suggest, like he suggested to Jesus to jump from the mountain. Jesus said, you cannot tempt the Lord.
Yes.
Simple. He can suggest, auto-suggestion, psychological, whatever he can suggest, but he cannot force you. If he forces you, then there can be no judgment on the last day, because I didn't do it. I was forced to do it.
It's just like autocorrect on your phone.
It's not possible, because God will judge you. Then, secondly, when you are talking about duty and sacrifice, people don't know that duty is sacrifice. So you are trying to differentiate what comes in the package. Your duty, when my father would do something, then and I will prostrate. He will tell you it's my duty, and the duty was sacrifice. He might not be able to. He might not buy a new shoe, but he will make sure his children wear good shoes. That is, you sacrificed something for something in the line of duty. So duty is also sacrifice.
Let me put you on the spot here with this question. This is from First Stack, and he has sent it. I'm seeing that he has sent this message 50, over and over
50 times. Okay,
He said Barrister Olumide is like a workman with only hammer as his tool, because he sees every problem as a nail. Hence, divorce is his only recommendation. How would you respond to that?
What is my own problem? It's not my problem. You can stay in the marriage. I wish you all the best. Is it my marriage?
Is the best.
Stay in the marriage. When we are burying people, this year we have buried, in less than 30 days, we buried 5 people. You are telling me hammer and nail. Stay in the marriage. Please, let's go to the phone line.
All right, we'll go to the phone lines. But we just have a few minutes before we go on a break, so it has to be very quick.
1 minute.
Hello, good morning. Hello.
Morning.
Hi,
this is Moses Johnson. Call once in 2 months or 3 months.
All right, go on straight ahead.
Good morning. For me first, this is what I want to say. Is that the biggest problem I think everybody have in this world is failure to take blame. No, this is Johnson. Moses calling from Lekki. Yes.
Moses from thou shalt not scatter my brain in the morning. I know your voice. I said if you have been calling, you have been a regular caller. Send us a message. Let us open the phone. You know I love
No, I'm not regular, Miss Barrister. If you hear me well, I'm not regular. Yes, I call once in 2-3 months. Yes,
and
I'm telling you
that have been calling. You have been calling from the beginning of this.
No, I've been calling once in 2-3 months.
Right,
when last did you think I called the show?
We're taking first-time callers today, okay? First time.
No, when last do you think I called the show?
Send us a message. Send us a message.
Moses, I sabi you
Send us
well.
I said I've called this show now for 2 months.
Don't worry. Call next week Saturday. You know I love you. You know you are.
Oh, I'm not happy because it's as if you are not taking notes. I don't call regularly
I will
anymore.
call you personally after the program. Please let me get his number. I will call his number. Please let me get the number.
All right. Let's take some messages because we're right out of time. And this one says, good morning. Kindly ask Barrister Olumide why a man earning 100,000 naira cannot get married. He should please be detailed and expensive.
Please go and marry with 100,000 naira. It's you can't be asking me, tell me why. Go and marry with 100,000 naira, please.
Lagos, we are going on a very short break. We'll be right back after the break. Stay here on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Imagine asking me
More talk, news, and sports after this. Two things you can't have it all with one play.
I got that defined point. You have just won yourself.
Congratulations.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, Melitus. One player, don't talk to 2 players because you won 20K.
So now you won yourself 20,000 naira.
My name is Well Done.
Okay, well done. We want to tell you, well done. You won your 20,000 naira.
With 500 naira, you can play to win big from 120,000 naira to 190,000 naira daily on Nigeria Info. Go to oneplay.ng and play with 500 naira, and in a few seconds, ticket is in the draw or dial *347 *880 *3 hash. Win daily on Nigeria Info. 50,000 naira on Morning Crossfire. 60,000 naira on WhatsApp Lagos. 20,000 naira on Sunnyside and 60,000 naira on Game On. So Lagos, what are you waiting for? The more you play, the better your chances of winning. Remember to dial *347 *880 *3 hash. Play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18.
Hello, excuse me. This Milo pack looks different. I'm seeing support energy release, BAM, on the pack. It's the same Milo. No, this one is new and improved. The support energy release means when you give your kids Milo as part of breakfast, you are giving them energy they need to go to school. I like this one.
Your kids need nourishing energy. Give them the new and improved Milo at breakfast. It has nutrients that support energy release to help them get the most out of their day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo!
Everyone says I'm beautiful and bold. They say I'm fashionable, and to crown it up, very confident. And my secret is...
People say I'm good looking, funny, hardworking, and to crown it up, very confident. And my secret is...
So whether in the office or at home,
in the streets or on the dance floor,
anytime, any day, I never lose my confidence. And the secret to my confidence is Wazobia perfume.
Absolutely. Wazobia perfume gives the authenticity and long-lasting fragrance all day. That's my secret confidence.
Wazobia perfume is available in body spray.
Also available in supermarkets and markets near you. Wazobia perfume, the correct scent.
It's 2025. The biggest conversations are happening on Hard Facts.
If one of them was genuinely interested in local government funds, would have protested to be cancelled.
Somebody is receiving 30,000 naira after serving the country for 5 years.
From the stories shaping Nigeria's future.
And he don't put my mood for that. Whenever people are clapping, he sprays singers when they ought to be telling him the truth.
And he did not do any everything in your state, and you are celebrating corruption time.
To real-time feedback from you, the citizens.
There is propaganda. They can never make it work. I will not support that tax reform. If NBS is turning out very fake data to us, because this data lacks empirical evidence.
We dig deep with the decision makers, hold the powerful accountable, and keep the conversation alive on social media. Join Mary Ann Okon every Monday to Friday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the most interesting news and current affairs show on radio.
I'm so sorry. I hate it when people make assertions from very skewed and biased places.
Hard Facts on Nigeria Info 99.3. Let's talk.
Introducing the essence of true authenticity in fragrance, Wazobia Perfume, the correct scent. A unique blend that captivates the authentic spirit of Nigeria, now available in both perfume and body spray variants. Designed for everyone. Yes, Wazobia is a unisex fragrance, perfect for both men and women. Its rich and versatile aroma is a statement of inclusivity and unity. Unleash your confidence with each and every spray. Are you a retailer or do you love to buy in bulk? We've got you covered across Nigeria. Wazobia Perfume comes in cartons of 24 bottles and the body spray is available in cartons of 48 bottles. Interested in making Wazobia Perfume a part of your collection or store? For carton purchases, contact us at the email address contact@wazobiacosmetics.ng or call us at 0201 330 0047. That is 0201 330 0047. Our team is ready to assist you with your orders. Wazobia Perfume, the correct scent. Your new signature fragrance is just a call or a click away. Authentic, unisex, confidence, Wazobia.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
Lagos, welcome back. This is the last lap of Relationship 360 here on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Barrister Lumide here and Emmanuel Onka. We're still taking your calls and your messages. We're still waiting for it. We've had many calls, but
the gentleman telling me to detail how you can marry with 100,000. Really, that's not my. Did I tell you to? It's not my business, your financial, so I'm not going to be doing that. I don't even understand where that question came from.
But the thing is that possibly what we can tell you is double your hustle, my brother. Because if you look at Nigeria right now,
rent, you have the audacity to have 1 or 2 children, and then a wife to take care of with 100,000. If the feat is possible, then you can go ahead. It's not for me to be telling you. Then people will now say, Barrister, you can get married with 100,000. Yeah, no, I'm not going to fall into that.
All right, we're still taking your messages here on 99.3. But let me go to the phone lines. We've been having many mail calls. We were hoping that the female only line will be buzzing very soon. 0201 277 0993. Male only. 0201-277-0993 and female only line 0201-465-7190 0201-465-7190 and of course WhatsApp number 080-959-75805. Remember, we're streaming live on YouTube. In case you want to see everything going on in the studio, we're streaming live on YouTube at Nigeria Info FM on YouTube. We're streaming there, and I can see some of your messages. Mrs. Oboli, Olayinka, Lydia, Jessica, Zoba. We are seeing all of your messages here on YouTube. Hello, good morning. Hello. Sorry, you have to call back. Hello, good morning. Sorry, please do call back. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Emeka. I beg, I called before. I beg, tell Barrister, I beg, class Emeka beg, I say, make he help me name the 6 character trade. I beg, I call him before. I beg, 6 character trade. I beg,
Seven
character traits. All right.
Okay, the 7 character traits are: number 1, you cannot marry a jealous person, the proud person, the stingy, selfish person, the jobless person, the liar, the hot-tempered, and a malicious person. Those are the 7 traits. Jealous, proud, stingy or selfish, jobless, liar, hot-tempered, and malicious. Those are the 7 traits you should stay away from.
All right, back to the phone lines. Hello, good morning. Please do call us back. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Gabriel from Sule.
Okay, good.
Barrister, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
So blessed to hear your voice this morning.
Thank you very
Barrister, please, I want to, it's just an appeal. Your online, all your programs are online. How can we get in touch with them? I have a friend right now. She's listening to you as we speak. And one of the things I told her, I discussed about your program yesterday, and she's listening to it. So we are praying the gospel of peace. So I'm finding a way to get any of your past programs to share with others.
Thank you very much, sir. My Instagram account was deactivated. I'm on YouTube and Facebook at the Gnosis Help Initiative. The Gnosis, Gnosis, Help Initiative. The Gnosis Help Initiative. Follow on YouTube and on Facebook, and also Barrister Olumide on YouTube and Facebook. So I'm repopulating it. You can see, for example, today's episode. You can watch on air to be uploaded after today. You would find all those things there. So please go ahead and follow.
All right. You should also know that in case you want to see all of the food value, we also stream live on Nigeria Info FM. So it's always there on the platform. You can just go to our YouTube page and check for Relationship 360. Once you type it there, you will see all of the previous episodes come out on YouTube as well. So you can share. Thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Permit me to be anonymous.
Go ahead, please.
There is a particular case I would like to relate that can.
Okay, well, you have 1 minute. Please go ahead.
Okay, there is a lady that was forced to leave her husband because of domestic violence. But the challenge I have now is the husband has successfully ostracized her from from means of livelihood. She's a caterer, and she was getting a patronage especially from the church. She was attending the very big church, and she successfully convinced the pastors there that they shouldn't be having a single mother as a minister in the church, and they virtually asked her to leave. He told a lot of terrible stories about the wife and all that.
So what would you want me to do for you, sir?
No, I'm just trying to say that sometimes we have a situation where we have situations that compel ladies against their will. That lady now, if not that she has some other ones who came to her assistance and helped her, the husband, convinced.
You see, the church is a bad place to be doing business with, because a lot of. Can you go off air and let me respond to that?
Okay.
The moment they hear that you want to separate or you want to divorce, do you understand? They would. My wife was attending one of them churches, and she was in a very abusive marriage where she was being battered, beaten. She lost her job and everything. And to save her life, she had to leave. The church said the moment she's leaving, she can no longer be a minister in the church. She has to stay. Do you understand? So in order to save her life, she could no longer be a church worker. How do you make up this? That is why the ignorance of the church and the church. Look at Osinachi. I was invited to Osinachi's case by Stop the Abuse Foundation. Osinachi had separated from her husband for 1 year, 3 months. Then the pastor called her that you're a gospel singer. Which church will call you now that you have separated, and you have to come back to him? Oh, we've talked to him. You have to come back into the marriage, or no church will call you again, and that is a means of income. Eventually, she came back. Today, she's dead. The husband is in prison. The 4 children are scattered all over the place. Why? And the pastor now denies. He said he never knew that she was in when he was put on the spot. He said he never knew. I said, what? The mother came out. Osinachi's mother came out to say you were the one that told her to go back. Because as a worker in the gospel singer, you must be married. Where is that in the Bible? The Bible in Proverbs 21:19 tells you it is better to dwell in the wilderness than in the house with a nagging and contentious wife. And we know that nagging and contention is not the properties of women alone. It tells you to separate in cases of domestic violence or abuse. And they will tell you you must remain. That is why 87% of failed marriages come from people of the Christian faith. That nonsense. Instead of you supporting single mothers, there is no single mother support system in any church. Any. Some of them, do you know that some of them were raped and they married because of pregnancy? You people will tell them to marry and they have to quickly marry before the pregnancy starts showing. So they were forced to marry their rapist. And then the abuse started. You say, no, they have to stay. We've been burying 3 people last year that we buried were choir masters, choir choristers. And one was the choir leader in Ikorodu. Today, the man, Popola, his name is something Popola. The man is on the run. We have declared him wanted. Not only did he kill the woman, he stabbed the first child. She was in the military hospital with a ruptured bladder. And then people will say, remain. If you leave, you can no longer. Don't do any business with them. Oh. As I am talking to you, I'm talking to you not as I am a Christian to the core. 40 years. Do you understand? Serving God in my own capacity as a Christian. And I will tell you what I have seen, especially in religious houses. There's nothing to write home about. So my own wife was ostracized. So when we got married, and I said we should go, I said, which church? Is it the same church that you could not be a worker, you could not do anything? That's why. Don't bring any. Let's just face this where's the support system? Single mothers, you ostracize them, you make them look at. But what happened to the single fathers? I was a single father before I got married. You understand? What happened to the single mothers? You turned them to become something like an enigma to society. Some of them ran for their like Onyinyechi. That time she separated, people were rather she was sleeping. She ran for you ostracize them as if they're a virus. Meanwhile, it is your sons that made them like that. Absolutely ridiculous. Please, let's move on.
All right, we're moving on. I have this question here. No, this is coming on from someone, and it says, I have been listening to this program for years. I realize that I have many of these undesirable traits. Consequently, I have decided not to date for now. I am working on these undesirable traits, and I am still a work in progress. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Let me go to the phone lines. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Barrister.
Good morning. How are you, sir?
Good, fine, sir. Good morning, Ewoka.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Olatuji Said calling from Uwodi.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a very regular listener of this program. Immediately after the Oyeka Valentine show, I derive joy in listening to you.
Are you a first-time caller?
Yeah.
Are you a first-time caller?
I've not heard him before.
Go ahead, please.
So what I want to do, where can I get the book, the Barrister Olumide book on this marriage show?
Hopefully in another month. The book is with the editors now. Hopefully I will be able to. You need money to do all these things, though. But myself, I'm really working quickly to have it. I would announce it here. We would launch it. Don't worry. But in another 1 month, 2 months, we will have it. A lot of people have even ordered for. But it's I will keep writing now. I think that is what this year will be for me, for awareness. That is what I will focus on. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm Mr. Andrew from Lagos.
Okay.
And Barrister, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
God bless you.
Amen. You too, sir.
You have made me find that submitting to God is very important. They need to be born again. With all these traits will be taken away by the Lord as one submit to the Lord before getting into marriage. Because the character of God is all that we need. And this is very revealing. God bless you for revealing them. And anyone that wants to go into marriage has to be born again, has to actually submit to the Lord, that he might have a good marriage. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. I was holding my breath. Now, what you have to understand, marriage is not the property of Christians. Before Christ came, people were getting married. Do you understand?
Yes,
people were getting,
yes.
and the fact that the Holy Spirit, listen, most of these people, for example, one of the people here that murdered someone is a pastor. It was a pastor that stabbed his wife. No, you can't say that. Because the Bible says the kingdom of God stands sure, having this seal, the Lord knows those that are his. It is only God that knows those that are serving him. You cannot say you know. You can't say somebody does not serve God.
If you submit to the Lord or draw nigh unto God, the difference will be very clear.
No, sir, I disagree. There are some people, I know some honorable Muslims, I know some honorable pagans, I know some honorable atheists. It is all about character. And so that you know, Christians have the highest percentage of failed marriages amongst all religions that exist. 87% in Nigeria, 51% in the US, all across board. So it is not a matter of religion, and I have told you that. Yes, get your character in order. So you think it is only Christians that have good character? You know, you cannot say that.
God is character, and so in the life, like Jesus says, I am humble, I am lowly and humble. Follow me, take my yoke upon me. That is so straightforward and central.
It is.
So everyone may not.
It is
be
well.
inclined.
It is well with you.
All right, thank you very much. I love this message here that is coming in. This is anonymous from Alaba International Market, and he said, "This is how I settled madness in my marriage last Tuesday. My wife provoked me so much that I couldn't bear it. If I was weak, this kind of incident would warrant beating. And that was after 11 p.m. She really hurt me that night. All I did was I walked out and lodged in the hotel."
I wish I had money, so I would have a resort for angry men, people that are provoked, just strolling instead of fighting. Just come to is it Olumide's
like
resort.
A safe house?
It's a safe house for men and also for women. You just come there. There is a place abroad that it's a forest resort. Women just go into, it's very safe, and they go to scream. They just go, nobody will disturb you. All your
I think there was somewhere like that in Lagos that recently opened where people can go destroy things if you feel like you have tension inside of your body.
That one, until they destroyed the whole place. They destroyed even the no, this one is just to calm down. There will be cool music, there will be things to refresh, there will be a place for men to share say, can you imagine this woman slapped me? You see, when you are in an abusive, don't carry more than your power. That is your problem. That your marriage becomes a prayer point because you married the weapon fashioned against you. That is your problem. The moment you see it is more than you, leave it.
This man says now, all I did was I walked out and lodged in a hotel in my area for 2 days. She did not know where I was. She missed me. Even from my 2 days runaway, I was still able to send them money for everything. That period, I paid my kids' school fees from the hotel via bank transfer. This life is so simple if we understand it. I came back, no case, we settled, no fight, no punch, no hot water or foil. Walk away and come back. Very simple.
Thank you.
So
I think
yes,
I would round up now so that thank you all for listening to me and for the messages about gift. I pray that we're able to have a discharge this coming week. It's thankful for those that support us. I thank you. It's not been easy. If I tell you how much Huh. 13 cylinders of oxygen. Do you know the cylinder of oxygen is almost taller than me, and it doesn't last 48 hours. But we thank God that we'll do our best to keep her alive, and also waiting for the mother to come back. Now, every third Saturday of the month, I host a program in collaboration with the University of Marriage at number 14 Ogunlano Drive, Surulere. We're there last week Saturday. I want to urge you, listen, you need to come there. People, answer your questions live, and that you would meet me in person. I stand for 3 hours. It's 12 to 3. Make plans to always join. It's and ask questions. It's not for just married people. It's not for just single people. It is even for the purposes of learning. A lot of clergy people come there to just learn, to see with their own eyes. What you see, what you hear there, it's different from, this is real life. Every third Saturday, make it a point to show. 12 to 3, what are you doing? And you are the one in abusive marriages. You are the one trying to make a decision. You are the one around there whose family or whose brother or sister is. You all need to come. 12 to 3. We start 12, we end 3. Strictly your questions, your answers, your situations. Those that need help also come, especially in the cases of abuse and child abuse, because that's also what we do. Thank you for listening. And for those that might want to reach out to me, you can reach out to me on 0909 3214 942. 0909 3214 942. You say I'm saying it to 0909 3214 942 for your calls and your WhatsApp. Please, for those of you that keep telling people to call me for accommodation, I almost want to tell people to give them a message back to you that it's as if you've lost your mind. I don't give people houses. Well, it seems you think you have an over bloated vision of me. That's not what we do. We just help some people at times when we are able. You send people to me. Somebody gave me a number. I'm in need of accommodation. I'm a victim of domestic violence. They say you can give me a house. Some people send me messages that please send me so that I can feed my children. Please, that's not what I do. Stop sending people to me with those kind of requests. Why can't you get from your institutions, you get from your religious organizations, why can't they help you and they are sending to me? You pay your tithes and offerings, you pay everything to them, but then they will send you to me for me to use whatever we have to help you, when those people that are even sending you are not supporting us financially. Please let that stop. I'm beginning to, it's very funny when people call me for accommodation. No, it's just for little cases where we intervene, when what we do. We help prosecute, arrest, and all that. Please stop sending people to me for food, for accommodation. That accommodation thing is becoming funny. You can follow me on Barrister Olumide on Facebook and Barrister Olumide on YouTube. I'm starting from today. I will start going live on various days on YouTube and Facebook, teaching seriously. This year is all about awareness for me. That is what I want to do. And for the videos of this program, you can check on the Gnosis Help Initiative. That is GNOSIS, Gnosis Help Initiative, on Facebook and YouTube. I'm trying to now rebuild our what is it called, our library. I had one for all the 4.5 years we've been here. It was all on Instagram when somebody hacked, and eventually my Instagram book got disabled, deactivated. It was from somebody who we arrested for defiling 13 girls. He hired some people to try to hack and do some, so that the video we had of him will be removed from that, so that was what happened. For those of you, please, we need your support. We, especially financially, if you want to, if you feel led to, please, by led, I mean, if you are open to it from your heart, Please, we would appreciate your support because you are the very same people that send people to us to help. Thank you very much. Do we have any more time, maybe for a call or a message?
We still have a little bit of time. Just less than just about a minute.
Okay,
but we'll see how it can
the
take.
The happy caller. Yeah, final caller.
One
Let's hurry.
final call.
Yeah.
Hello, good morning. Sorry
okay.
about that. Hello, good morning. One final call. I am hoping that it's female. 0201 465 7190. Hello, good morning. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Morning, sir.
Good morning. You have 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Please, sir, I want to really thank you and appreciate you because many marriages, my name is Romite Agbara.
Thank you, sir.
Many marriages in Nigeria are suffering because they were misinformed in one way or the other. In fact, Barrister Olamide, you are more than a pastor. To all the listeners of this program, may God bless you indeed.
Amen. Amen. Thank you. What a befitting
All
to
right.
end the program. Thank you for that.
Thank
I
you so
really
much.
Appreciate.
Thank you so much for that. Barrister, well,
see you next Saturday.
Next Saturday, we'll be back here, Relationship 360, from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. every Saturday here on 99.3 Nigerian Info. Don't go anywhere. The Discuss with Jimmy Tesu is up next. We're here. We're still here with you on 99.3 Nigerian Info. Don't go anywhere.
Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info.